I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I feel like I was nearing the end of my life. And it was like
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
that very day. It's such a scary feeling because like you just don't know what's gonna happen to you until it happens. The thing that was going on within my chest, having shortness of breath and feeling a lot of chest pains. Some days I feel good, and then some days I'm just like, bro, what the heck is happening? I thought it was just something that I ate. Maybe I'm not breathing right, or I'm really not breathing right. I'll take medicine in order to just take that inflammation out of my chest, but still not enough. What I'm talking about is Pectus Excavatum. They didn't tell me how bad it is, but for the most part, it felt bad. Like I was gasping for air for so long, and it's like the doctors tried everything they could. They just told me to calm my breathing, and my body was just trembling and trembling, and it's like I can't breathe. The thing that was going on was mostly my chest literally squeezing the life out of me. Like my chest bone area, right? Is so like bent in, like it's hard for me to like breathe properly. And it also makes my heart not like pump enough blood for me to like all my systems to work functionally, right? So they gave me options. Either get it surgically uh bent it like away from my heart and lungs, or do physical therapy to like balance it out so that I can at least have some breathing room for my heart and lungs. Rare cases, people die from this. I almost became that unfortunate person. To find out, my mom's been telling me that, yeah, you kind of just had that your whole life. I'm like, I had this my whole life leading up to why I'm not feeling right most of the time. Some days I'm just recording, and some days I'm just not recording. I either record ahead of time and take some steps back from YouTube, you know, just kind of reflect and do some like workouts of my own. My chest has a chance of pinching my nerves in my chest, which could cause my body to shut down. I don't know if that's really the case for me, because like sometimes when I work out, I feel like I'm hurting myself a little bit, you know? Like I can just feel the pain in my chest. And sometimes when I'm stretching a little bit, and I feel like a sharp pain, I'm like, oh, I'm doing a little too much here. Like I could just feel that. It's just really uncomfortable. And what's worse about it, I'm over here thinking and panicking to myself, like, do I have a blood clot just hidden somewhere in my chest, somewhere in my lungs maybe? Because that's the worst thing that can happen. The last thing I want happening is freaking a blood clot to just pop inside my lungs, and then I'm freaking drowning from my own blood, you know? That sounds disturbing the way how I put that, but that's just how it is. But just thinking about it, like, dude, I could have died that day. Like, I'm just thinking about it, just revisiting those moments. My mom was worried about me, my dad, everyone was worried about me. And I'm like, I'm good for now, but I can't have this keep happening to me all the time. 2 to 3 years of this pain just getting worse excessively. Like it's been getting bad. And there are times where I just refuse to go to the hospital because I'm just like, let me just work this thing out. Maybe there's probably something in my chest that needs to just be pushed out, you know? It just gets to a point where I need to go to a hospital. Even though I kind of just refuse to, because I do not want to pay any bills. Especially in this freaking economy nowadays. Like, no, I refuse. Even my one friend was talking about go start a GoFundMe so that you could get enough money to pay off some of your bills and pay off the surgery needed to get it done. I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna ask strangers online to help someone they don't even know, you know? That's just not how I do things around here. I'd rather just figure the situation out on my own terms. It's a good idea to rely on people in case you do need it, but me, I just don't need that necessity. It's my issue. I have to deal with it on my own terms. I don't want to have people to rely on to help me out with my situation. It's just weird to me. I don't know what it is. Obviously, some things I just can't do alone. It gets to that point. Maybe it's just my mentality of having to do things on my own. But I mean, in case you think I'm lying, I have papers right here. It says here it's like a non-cardiac chest pain, but like I don't know what that really meant per se, but it's not something internal, but something like around my, well, yeah, technically it is something internal because around my bone areas, like it's pinching nerves in my body that it shouldn't have. And it's causing my system to kind of like shut down in some way because like blood circulation is not flowing through that one area. And it sucks that I have to go through this because like, dude, I don't have money like that to be paying for all these bills. I wish I did, but it's hard. But I feel like stress also takes a factor in this case because like sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmingly stressed, because whenever I feel stressed about a certain situation, my chest just builds up heat. And it's like, I feel like that's another way of my body just being inflamed in some way, but I don't know. But it still blows my mind that I'm coming to find out now that I was actually born with this condition. It just so happens to get worse over time. At the end of the day, I'll be alright. Doing what I do now, it means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me that you guys care about me. I just hope I don't end up in that same predicament again and in a worse condition. But since I'm alive and I'm here, I'm going to continue doing what I do. Sometimes I just don't have breaks. Sometimes I don't need to take breaks. I need to keep going. I have built a momentum and I can't stop. And especially getting to 100,000 subscribers, I feel like we're getting so close, but so far away, you know? And it's like I said, I can't have this condition stop me from what I'm trying to do in my life. If you have a goal set in mind and you want to pursue that dream, no matter what state you're in, you're going to pursue that. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes. That's been my dream since I started content creation. However, I do appreciate all of you. Again, I thank you all for showing me a lot of love. Even though I will have some trials and errors and I will have bad moments, of course. I will, of course, have up and downs. Like, of course, it happens to the best of us, right? But no matter what, I will always keep my faith. This man right here, he will always be with me no matter what. We're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program as always, and I'll see you next time.